What inspires me to pursue a international experience with a focus on environmental sustainability is really the experiences that I've heard from the friends, family members, faculty, and advisors that have been in my own recent life. They've all very highly talked about these international experiences they've had abroad and these study abroad experiences that are very formative to them because they end up getting to know the culture and traditions and how their different perspectives are much different from the American mindset that I've been growing up with my whole life. I this this program aligns with my academic goals because I want to actually end up doing a lot of hands-on learning. Right? So much you can learn in the classroom, so much you can learn through textbooks in school and talking to mentors and talking to professors, but there's also that actual physical component in connecting what you learn to the community and to the environment. Personally, I want to grow in my connection to that community. I think that's a very important part of environmental sustainability, building that firm foundation of a group setting and how that group can actually make a difference in the environment. And also my career goals, I intend to go into a environmentally related field. I'm not completely sure right now. Right now, I'm more interested in geochemistry, limnology, remote sensing, a lot of those lab and techie skills, because I know that in the bigger picture, those kind of technical skills are very important for understanding the very detailed aspects of the science. But also putting that detailed aspects of science and putting it into action is the important part. And I know that the difference between these two sectors is building that sense of connection. And that's what I wanted to learn about the Danish community, how they have built a community that is centered around environmental responsibility, right? I want to see how they have gone from learning to doing. And that's what I kind of bring to this program. From my own cultural perspective, I think that as people, we can all learn from each other and we can all empathize with a certain part of ourselves and understand that while we might be different, we can collaborate to make a difference in our environment. Challenge or leadership experience that I've had in the past as a Boy Scout. I was a senior patrol leader for 2 years, and it was actually a job of mine to introduce new scouts to the troop. And a lot of them are very anxious, very nervous about coming in, especially at a group setting that they don't exactly know. And instead of just throwing them into the ring, that was like what I was thinking. Like the first year I came in, I was like, oh, these guys need to just be going straight into the program. Like they can just be tossing right the rest of the other scouts. But I found out very quickly that's not the case, right? We have to know what people need, and we gotta empathize with their emotions, right? You can't just keep saying, this is my direction, this is what it is, this is the truth. You have to understand what is actually going on in your environment and be more open minded. So I actually empathize with a lot of those younger scouts' emotions, and I paired them up with an older scout to get them introduced to the troop, introduced to the social dynamic, introduce them to the group setting that they were in, and that could foster a stronger community and get them involved in a lot of different events that we had going on in scouting, such as food drives, such as like trail cleanups and other events. I studying abroad in an unfamiliar environment it seems kind of daunting. I This is going to be my first study abroad experience. Well, I plan on studying abroad this coming January from Bonaire, but this one would be that international experience over in Europe. Uh, I've had to adapt to this new situation in college. Actually, this is the most relevant experience I've had. Traveling over 1,000 miles away from home, not knowing anybody, not having anybody in my environment to talk to and connect to. It's very challenging for me because I didn't think that I would be able to have a lot of that social connections, and it has been tough. It has been tough to make sure that I've had time in my schedule to dedicate to my classes in my jobs and also my clubs that I'm a part of, the Marine Science Club, and also the time I spend for research, the time I can get to understand what I'm excited about, the topics that I want to get more interested in. Um, at my school, I'm actually a golf scholar. I'm a golf scholar recipient. I'll be going into that next semester. And what that is taking what I've learned, a lot of those lab skills and tech skills, and putting it into a program where I learn more about the communities around me and how I can get involved. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited for this internship to see how I can learn from other cultures about environmental responsibility. And thank you for hearing about myself.